Hello and welcome back to One Girl's Perspective. Today I'm going to be talking about the suppression of free speech as it relates to the conflict that's still unfolding in Israel and Palestine. This wasn't what I was planning on talking about today, but I am extremely angry. And so I want to talk about it. I think probably most people have noticed over the past 24 to 48 hours that any pro-Palestinian hashtags are being suppressed. I've seen many posts and videos created on this topic where people are not finding the media that they're looking for or the information and news that they're looking for by searching these hashtags anymore. There have also been several pro-Palestinian accounts that have been deactivated or suspended due to, well, there's a situation. Probably most of you have heard of the letter that was sent to X, formerly known as Twitter, on the 10th of October, insisting that they moderate the information being posted on their platform. Well, there was some content posted a few days ago. It was either 3 or 4 days ago. I literally cannot find it anymore, and I wish I could because I would love to share that. But it was said that Israel had called a meeting with the directors of various social medias because they don't like what's happening. Israel is not in favor in the public opinion for very obvious reasons, and they want to suppress and they want to control the narrative, just like they're doing with Western media. So Israel is extremely unhappy that the truth is being posted everywhere and people are questioning them, and they are having a harder and harder time using their usual tactic, which is to deflect everything that is said, to deflect every question that's asked of them, and purely ask if people are condemning Hamas. Their only line is about the 1,400 people who died in Israel, and honestly, I think it is a tragic loss of life. I do not support that whatsoever. Yet at the same time, people are not dying in Israel anymore. Today, people are not being bombarded and killed in Israel. Israelis are not dying. So I don't know how they can continue to use that one line several weeks, well, two weeks and a couple of days after people stopped dying in Israel. No Israelis are being killed right now, so they should address what's happening now, which are the questions that they're being asked, but they refuse to do so. And not only do they refuse to do so, they want to silence anyone who is saying anything about what is happening right now. If you go onto social media and you are not talking purely about the 1,400 people who died in Israel, and you're not talking about Israel's right to defend itself, then you need to be silenced in the eyes of Israeli government. Basically everywhere this is happening, but social media is my biggest problem because people do have a right to free speech. People have a right to talk about it. Palestinian news authorities have the right to post the news of what is happening in Gaza, happening in West Bank, happening to their people. They have the right to post these things. They have the right to talk about it. They have the right to inform the public, and they have the right to report the news. I don't understand how this is even happening. I do not understand it. There was a Palestinian news account on Instagram that was banned yesterday. There are hundreds and hundreds of videos being posted where people cannot find content with the hashtag Free Palestine. And even today, I've logged onto social media and I have been basically just looking at reports coming out of Gaza and information about this conflict, and it's been completely suppressed. They're showing me and recommending for me stuff that I've literally never taken any interest in at all. And there have been several student groups, there have been several protesters who have been protesting or calling out Israel for their war crimes, their inhumane acts, their violations of international law, and these people are being condemned also. America is trying to suppress protesters. Americans have an actual right to protest. It's in the Constitution. They have a right to protest, and they're being disallowed from doing that. Their rights are being taken away because they want Americans to support Israel. Americans as a whole do not support Israel. I am an American. I'm telling you, I do not support Israel. Americans do not support genocide in general. You know, that the entire population does not support this. So I, for one, will not be forced to turn my eyes away from the reality of the situation. I know that Israel wants to control our vision of reality, but they cannot do that because there's not two separate versions of reality. There's the reality of what's happening, and that's it. That's the whole reality, is what's actually happening right now. The fact that they're trying to silence this or change the narrative to something that is more showing them in a good light is making me very angry. And I want to say to everybody who's listening to this right now, do not be silenced. Share more. Share harder. Find more content and share it. Make sure that you're boosting the content that has been posted. Because we cannot be silenced. Our collective voice, it's impossible to silence all of us. It is impossible. They cannot. They cannot change the narrative, and they cannot silence our collective voice. They're scared of us because our collective voice has real power. So do not stop. Do not let them suppress you. The Palestinian people already think that we do not see them. They think that we do not see their suffering. They think that we do not care because no one is doing anything to help them. No one is doing anything for them right now. Nothing that people are trying to do is helping. The only thing that we can do is keep sharing, keep posting, keep showing the truth. Do not let them distort reality. Do not let them censor the plight of the people who are living through these atrocities right now. Right now, they are being bombed. Right now, they are dying. They are not numbers. They are people with lives, and they deserve justice, and they deserve us to be talking about them and showing the world the monsters who will continuously attack them. And also, we need to be talking about the UN because there are very few people who have the authority and have the power to do something about the genocide that is happening right now. And the UN does have that power. America has that power. But America is not only complacent, not only complicit, but American government is supporting genocide. Can you believe this? When the Holocaust happened, who was there to help the people who were being victimized? America. And now, who are the government? Who is the country that is supporting the genocide? Who is the country that is facilitating genocide? Also, America. The double standards are absolutely disgusting. So post more, share more, talk more. Do not let them silence, suppress, or censor our collective voice. If they weren't scared of our collective voice, if they weren't scared of public opinion, they wouldn't have sent a letter to X. If they thought that they were in the right, that they were doing the right thing, they wouldn't be trying to suppress the truth on social media and on news media. They wouldn't be doing this. News media has been told what they are allowed to talk about, what they are allowed to post about. And they have to adhere to that because they have sponsors. They're paid for by governments. So they're only allowed to post what they are told that they can say, what they're told that they can talk about. That's why you see the newscasters on every single channel saying the exact same thing. They have been given a script, but we have not. We, the general people of the world who are completely outraged and angered by this situation, we are not scripted. We are not sponsored by a government. We can say whatever we want to say, and we have to say the truth. We have to spread the truth. It is our obligation as humans to say something about this. It is our obligation as humans to speak out about this, to be enraged about this, to be outraged about this. It is our job, and I call on every single one of you to do exactly that. Do not be silenced. Do not turn a blind eye. As difficult as it is to watch some of this stuff, I cry every single day watching it, but I have to watch it because it's the reality. And whatever suffering we go through having to watch this is nothing compared to the absolute hell these people are enduring right now and what they're being forced to live through right now through no fault of their own. They are innocent people and they deserve someone to speak for them, and we have to be those someones. So that's all I'm going to say for today. It really wasn't the topic that I was planning to talk about today, but it's a very, very important topic to talk about, especially right now when social media and news media and the governments are trying to suppress us and trying to change the narrative. But there is only one narrative, and the one narrative is the truth. Don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of the truth, and make sure that the Palestinian people know that we do see them. We do. At least we do. And we have to try to do something, and the only thing that we can do is be collectively outraged, is to be continuously talking about this, sharing this, and speaking the truth about this so that their truth is seen. So thank you for listening again, and I hope to see you in my next podcast. Goodbye.